in this video, we are going to continue our discussion with the new chapter, and that is sugar and fermentation industries. As you very well know that sugar is being one of the key component of our foods, right? The sugar industry is one of the industry which requires highly purified products, and sugar is being responsible for the sweetening taste in our day-to-day foods. As you can see here, sugar industry are considered as the one of the largest industry in the worldwide. Even the sugar is one of the most purified product in the marketplace, and it is the main responsible for the all kind of sweetness in the foods. So one natural questions comes arise that from what are the raw material this sugar is being manufactured. Well, this sugar is being manufactured from the sugar canes, right? That you have seen in the summer season, right? So let's understand the manufacturing of the sugar first. So let's just quickly understand the manufacturing process for the sugar. And here are the some raw material that we are going to need in order to prepare our sugar. Of course, the first raw material is your sugar cane, from which we will produce sugar. So the sugar cane juice is the basic raw material for this process. And then we are going to require lime, phosphoric acid, carbon dioxide for the carbonization, then sulfur dioxide, and lastly we will have water. So these are the all raw materials that require for the sugar. Now let's just quickly understand the flow sheet for the manufacturing of the sugar from the sugarcane juice. So this particular flow sheet starts from this point where we crush our sugar canes. So this is this crusher, as you can see here, and we are crushing the washed sugar cane. So the juice coming out of this crusher is directly sent to the screening section, and then later remaining sugar cane are sent to the press mills, right? You can see here these are the press mills which further operate to extract maximum amount of the juice from the sugar cane, and they are sent to the diffuser, from where we can separate the sugarcane juice and remaining sugarcane that known as the bagasse are being separated out. So now you can see here we are extracting or removing bagasse in this way and extracting our sugarcane juice and recycling it to the screening, right? By this method, we can actually recover around 95% of the sugarcane juice present in the sugarcane. So this particular section is being known as the juice extraction, right? In which we are extracting juice from the sugarcane by crushing it, or we can say by pressing it, right? So all the sugar juice you can see here is being collected and sent to the screening section, in which we perform screening and we separate, or we can say we remove different types of the impurity in the screening section. And then later the reaction mass is being sent to the deflection unit, which is being provided with the agitator. And here we are adding some amount of the lime so that we can remove further impurity. Now after screening, the fresh juice, which is brown in color and which has around 15% of the sucrose or the fructose content, it is being sent to the deflection unit, right? In which we have already provided the agitation, and in which we add our lime solution, so that this lime solution act as the coagulant, right? And it coagulates all the impurities, and we can easily remove all the impurities present in the sugarcane juice. Now after that, slurry is being sent to the carbonation tank, in which we add carbon dioxide for the carbonation purpose, and later this slurry is being sent to the char treatment, in which we add the bone char in order to remove or color of the sugarcane juice, right? So in this particular section we can remove the brown color of the juice that is being extracted, right? So the raw juice is in a brown color, but in order to remove this color we are adding bone char in the char treatment. Now this slurry coming out of this thing is now sent to the multiple effect evaporator, which operate on the backward fashion, right? So steam is being sent in a backward direction while your feed is being sent into the forward direction. So these are the multiple effect evaporator which are being used to concentrate our sugarcane juice. So by now we are removing, or we can say we are concentrating sugarcane juice from 85% to 40%. That means we are removing majority of the moisture in this evaporation unit, right? Then after which the slurry is being sent to the crystallization tank in which we operate the crystallization operation at around 57 degrees Celsius. And the crystals of the sugar is being formed. And later these crystals are being sent to the centrifuge, right? And the mother liquor coming out of the centrifuge is known as the massive. So now after centrifugation, the liquid slurry is being sent to the sugarcane dryer in which we dry our crystals and sold it. Right? So this is how we can produce sugar crystals. This particular section is being known as the separation of the crystal. While this particular section you can see here is being known as the concentration and crystallization, right? And this is the juice purification. So this entire process is being divided into the 4 stages. In a very first stage, we perform juice extraction from the sugarcane. In the second stage, we purify our sugarcane juice. In the third stage, we concentrate sugarcane juice and form crystals. And in the later stage, last, that is the separation of the crystals. So after understanding that, so let's just quickly revise entire process. This flow sheet is being started from this particular point where we crush our sugarcane, right? Then this slurry, or you can say sugar juice, is being sent to the screening section, while the crushed sugarcane is being sent to this pressing mill, in which we extract maximum amount of the sugarcane juice and recycle it back to the screening, right? After that, it is being sent to the deflection unit, in which we add limestone solution. And later we are sending it to the carbonation tank where carbonation is being performed with the CO2 gas. And after that we give it to char treatment in order to remove brown color. And later it is being sent to the multi-effect evaporator to concentrate our slurry, or we can say sugarcane juice. And after that it is being sent to the crystallization tank in which we form our crystals. And later in the last section we have separate crystals of the sugar from its mother liquor. So now let's quickly understand the process description for the manufacturing of the sugar. As you can see here on the screen that washed sugar canes or washed cane are shaded by the crusher and the juice is being collected, right? While the crusher consists of the 2 rolls, as you can see in the flow sheet, these are the 2 different rolls, right, which crush our sugar cane, and they are operated in the opposite directions. So this crusher is then being, so now this crushed sugarcane is being then passed through the 3 pressure mill in order to remove maximum amount of the sugarcane juice. As you can see here, these are the pressing mill or the crusher which are being used for the extraction of the sugarcane juice. Now then you can see here water and weak juice is being added to extract maximum amount of the sugarcane juice, and about 85 to 90% juice present in the sugarcane can be easily extracted. Well, I am not focusing much on this process description as we have already understand all the majority points in the flow sheets. Now the next thing is the remaining cellulose material is being discharged from the diffuser, and it is being known as the bagasse. As we have seen here, this is the diffuser and the remaining cellulose material is being known as the bagasse. This bagasse is being used in the boiler in order to get heat energy from it, right? Then after sugar extraction, sugar purification step comes, right? So in which we purify our sugarcane juice. The raw sugarcane juice, as we have seen, is the brown in color, and it contains around 15% of the glucose, sucrose and different vegetable proteins. So this sugarcane juice is being screened, clarified to remove the floating impurities and sent to the deflection unit where we add lime solution. And this act as the coagulant, right? Then it is being sent to the carburetor in which we pass CO2 gas, and the carburetor mass has been decolorized in the char treatment with the help of the bone char. So after this purification of the sugarcane juice, next step comes, that is the concentration and the crystallization of the sugarcane juice. As you can see here, sugar solution is passed through the multi-effect evaporator Here sugarcane juice is being concentrated from 80 to 85 percentage to the 40 percentage water content. So as you can see here, we are almost removing 40 to 45 percentage of the water in the evaporator. Then later it is being followed by the crystallization unit in which we form crystals of the sugar. And this concentrated thick liquor is further boiled in the vacuum pan at evaporated temperature of 57 degrees Celsius, and then it is being further cooled to form crystals of the sugar. The mixture of the crystal and the syrup is being known as the massacure, which is then centrifuged and dried to form our sugar crystals. So this was the process description for the manufacturing of the sugar. Now let's just quickly understand what are the major engineering problems associated with this particular method. As you can see here, the first major engineering problem is the extraction of the juice from the sugar cane. As it involves many mechanical operations, hence it requires more and more maintenance. As you have seen, we are using one extractor, or we can say one crusher, and we are using 3 different pressure mills which operate at very high pressure. So the optimization of with design roller with the temperature and time are essential. So the temperature and the time required for the crushing, or we can say rolling, to extract our sugarcane juice is need to be well defined, and it need to be optimized in order to maintain the operating cost and the production. And the removal of the traces of bagasse is again very crucial parameter in the juice extraction step of the sugarcane produce, of the sugar production. Then if we discuss the second major engineering problem of this process is the choice of the flocculation agent. As there are many precipitating agents are being available, but we need to use a specific type of this precipitating agent. As you can see here, there are many precipitating agents, but as we are using our sugar in a food industry, hence it is very important to select suitable type of the precipitating agent. Then the next major engineering problem is the evaporation and the crystallization operation. Specially designed calendric type of the evaporator are being used in this particular method to saturate, or we can say concentrate dilute amount of the sugarcane juice. The crystallization is being conducted in a batch-wise manner since the multi-effect evaporator is being used as the crystallizer. Then the next engineering problem is the separation of the crystal from the syrup. In the older method, the centrifuges were used which were operating around 100 having 1000 rpm to 1200 rpm, right? But nowadays modern type of the centrifuges are being used which are operated at very high rpm of 1800 to 2400 of the rpm. So this ultimately increases the centrifugation effect, and purification, or we can say separation of the crystal from syrup becomes very much easy. So this was all about the product of the sugar, right? We have understand its raw material, then we have understand its flow sheet, process description, and lastly we have also discussed major engineering problems. This production of the sugar is again very important question for the example. Now we will understand next product of this industry in a next video. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.